Welcome to the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. On this episode, we're going to catch up with both the Battle Mountain High School softball team and the Eagle Valley softball team, as well as catch up with the head coach from the football team for Battle Mountain. And then we're going to do a little bit of shopping over at Sun and Ski Sports. Up first, we're going to get an update on the Battle Mountain High School softball team. Now, they just took a pretty big loss, 16-0 to Rifle, and we had crews over there who got a chance to catch up with the head coach, Allison Brost, and let's see what she had to say about the game.
Yeah, so both teams, they played really well. They played really hard. We saw them implementing the things that we've talked about in practice, which was great. Varsity didn't go, the score probably didn't reflect how well we played, but we persevered through some really tough players. I think the last team, the Rifle team, I think they won the state championship last year. So just persevering through some really talented players and talented teams. So that was great. And we saw a lot of the same on JV too. Really implementing the things that we have tried to teach them in practice and tried implementing some of our situations and stuff. So it was great to see that transfer from practice into the games.
It's an inaugural season for the Battle Mountain softball team, and Coach Brost shared her thoughts on why there hasn't been a team to this point yet, and how kind of starting a team and how they started late in the season has an effect. So let's take a look at what she had to say.
So I think there wasn't enough interest just in general in the Valley. There's not really many softball teams here just in the Western Slope. I think we only have about 4 teams in our conference.
Okay.
So yeah, there's really not a whole lot of softball interest in like a little leagues like growing up. So I think that kind of has a say in like how many people were really interested. So, but I was glad that people wanted to try it for the first time, even if they were seniors. We have about 10 seniors in our program. So it's great that we got that interest and that they wanted to try something new for their last year in school.
So does that mean you guys will be spending most of your season playing against the teams in your conference, or are you going to spend a lot of time traveling down to the Front Range and all over the state trying to play a variety of teams?
Yeah, so it was kind of tricky the way that we had our schedule set up. So actually Carly Woodbridge, she's a senior on the team. She's the one that started the team.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Yeah, so that was great. But because she started it so late, the idea came to her, I think, in like April, and they got it approved in May. Most of the schedules were already filled. So we've been trying to like pick and choose and find teams that really didn't have a full schedule. You can only play up to 23 games in a season. So we've really just been trying to find any type of games that we can. So we are traveling down to the Front Range to Denver. We do have a couple conference games, but one Palisade in our conference, they already had a full schedule, and unfortunately we won't be able to be part of the conference standings because we can't play them. But it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get to it next year and we'll be able to kind of fix our schedule a little bit so that we can be part of the conference standings.
We switch gears now to Eagle Valley High School to talk about their softball team, as they just dominated over Aspen with a huge win, 16-0. We had a chance to catch up with the coach, so let's see what he has to say about the team.
I think the girls are getting better every time they touch the field, and we're really proud of what they did.
Oh, for sure. They looked extremely dominant out there. How confident are you going into the rest of the season?
I've got high hopes for the girls. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch what they do. Like I said, they get better every time they touch the dirt. So.
Yeah, they looked pretty great out there. So, and just to add to your 3-1 record this season, that's a very exciting stat line. Who do you think are some of your star performers out there?
I think the whole team is really coming together as a whole. We have a solid seniors, good leadership, and we're really young. We got a lot of sophomores that are stepping up, and the team's very cohesive, so everybody rises together. It's really cool.
Coach Kreutzer has been with Eagle Valley High School and the softball team for 4 years now. His love for this team stems from his very own daughter. So we had a chance to kind of ask him why he loves to coach this team so much. Let's look at what he has to say.
Well, I started coaching my daughter's Little League team when she was like 8. Some of these girls were on that at 10, so I've been coaching since that and fell in love with the group of girls.
Best of luck to both teams as their season progresses. We have to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more of the Scoreboard. Welcome back to the Scoreboard. This Friday, Battle Mountain kicks off its football season against Evergreen. Now, recently we just had a chance to sit down with the head coach, Jim Shupler, and see what he has to say about their upcoming season, so let's take a look.
Hey everyone, right now we are joined by Battle Mountain football coach Jim Shupler. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Love to come on and spread the good word about football.
Well, we are really looking forward to this season. We're really looking forward to kickoff in just a couple of weeks here. How has this summer been? How has the team been looking so far over the past couple of months?
Yeah, I'm excited about our talent. We definitely are young. We graduated 19 seniors last year. Many were pretty crucial roles, so we'll be looking to fill those. Obviously, that's always gonna leave a little bit of a hole, but our talent is right up there with anybody, and we're finally starting to see the kids pretty consistently here, and so I'm excited for the potential. But yeah, a lot of work to do when you got a young crew like this.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of a couple of the names. Tanner Roberts, one of your top offensive players. You lost a lot of your top defenders as well. Are there some people that are going to be filling those big shoes this upcoming season? Are there some names you already know of?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to throw a quick shout out to Owen Koontz. He's had a spectacular summer, been committed. We've been working since the spring, and I think he's primed for a breakout season. We've got a quarterback battle to replace Elijah Morales. That'll be between Keats Petrovsky and Garrett Ost. Both had some time at quarterback on the varsity level last year. So excited for the competition there. And then Keller Woodworth comes back as a receiver, great athlete, great kid. Orlando Castillo also had a tremendous summer, and he'll be playing running back for us. And then, like I said, we graduated a bunch of our line, but we have some size coming up and some younger guys. Armando Madrano is a returning starter. Tyson Vasquez will be somewhere down there. And then Caden McCummins, a sophomore. So we'll average probably 230 across the line with our first guys, and excited to see what they can do. They don't have a ton of experience, but we've got the physical talents there and size and strength to make an impact. So excited to see what they can do stepping in to fill those roles.
One of the big names you just mentioned was at the quarterback position. That's Garrett Ost. I wanted to ask you just about him. Where have you seen him grow? I mean, he was just a sophomore last year. He's going to be going into his junior season this year. Where have you seen him grow in terms of a football player just over the last 9 months or so?
His physical strength has grown immensely over the last 9 months. He is a strong dude, and like I said, we'll be running him at quarterback a bunch, and he's going to be a tough dude to bring down. So I'm excited about that part of Garrett's game coming along.
I'm curious, when you talk about specific athletes, you mentioned that he's a 3-sport athlete. Do you ever worry about those types of kids burning out a little bit, thinking about other sports or anything like that? Obviously, you want kids to play as many sports as they possibly can, but do you ever worry about when you get to the later weeks of the season that they might be getting a little bit tired of playing this singular sport or any other?
I think that's where the multi-sport piece comes in and is important, that you are transitioning into something else. He played lacrosse all spring and through the summer, and I don't think it's right to specialize. I don't think it's healthy for the kid, mentally or physically. And so the fact that he's transitioning through 3 different sports throughout the year, I think prevents some of that burnout rather than contributes to it.
The time that you've spent at this school is you've got a pretty long resume just here at this school. I know you left for a couple years, but I just wanted to ask you, what is it specifically that brought you back to Battle Mountain?
I mean, I love this community. This is home. I am meant to live in the mountains. I am meant to live in a small town. And bringing football here with an excitement is special. It's not the number one draw. But I still believe there's a big place for it in this valley. I think there's a big need for it within these kids, and they deserve somebody to commit to them and pour into them, and share this great game with them. So that between the mountains and the community, and then this style of kid, they're my style of kids. They ski, they bike, they climb, they're on the river. They're mountain style kids, and that's what I am at heart.
What is your favorite part about coaching? What is the thing that brings you back every single season?
There are two things, and I think about them often. One is the transformation of a boy to a man, or a girl to a woman. I also coach girls basketball. Is the biggest piece of it, to watch a kid come in maybe his freshman year and he's timid and skinny and nervous, and you see them transform into, confident, great acting young men is the biggest piece. And then the team aspect of it. I do some singular sports, but my true passion is building teams and really connecting these people. I still have high school teammates that I talk to weekly. I have coaches that I talk to. And so really building that connection, bigger than the game of football, bigger than the game of basketball, is my second reason that I do this, and truly love it.
I think one of the most popular sports in terms of high school sports, the ones that get the most eyes, are probably the two that you coach, both basketball as well as football. When it comes to football season, how excited are you to just get back under the Friday night lights? How excited are you to get out there on the field, hear the band playing, hear the student section chanting? Is that something that you're really looking forward to, and is that something that the team is really looking forward to?
Oh yeah, the boys are ready. And man, I think you're right. I think there's something special about Friday night. There's something special about the football team having a good vibe around it, or a successful game or season. It's just unlike any other. I still remember the first time I ever coached a high school football game on the old Battle Mountain field, and the lights came on and I wasn't allowed to play. And I can't tell you how jacked up I was about that. And, the kids will share that same thing. Like I said, we've got a young crew here, so a lot of them haven't experienced, that true Friday night lights, full stands. And so we'll be hyped.
Well, Coach, we are so much looking forward to it. We cannot wait for you guys to take the field once again after a long time off. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you very soon.
Welcome back to the Scoreboard. Now we're going to take a look at a really cool event taking place over at Sun and Ski Sports, Powder to the People, and if you need some gear, this is where you should go, so let's head over there. If you're looking for a great deal on some ski stuff right now, well then Sun and Ski Sports is the place you should be shopping, because the Powder to the People event is taking place, and I'm here with the Powder to the People expert, Alex. Alex, thank you so much for meeting us.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming.
We're standing in front of one of my favorite spots in the entire store, because I love skiing and I love just looking at the ski wall because it's pretty.
Yeah, it's gotten back to being very colorful. It's great to see the colors coming back, designs coming back. All these things that were really what made skiing really awesome is starting to come back to the skis, these designs that are really creative.
You know what I really miss is when K2 did all the misdemeanors and the misconducts, and they had hot pink bases. And so having all of the color come back is something that's really fun.
Yeah, I'm loving seeing these artistic designs. And you've always talked about the Ben Chetler being this crazy artful design from Atomic, but now everybody's trying to do something like that, has something in their line that really pops, that really shines.
Which right now, if people want to enjoy some of this really poppy and really shining gear, then they can come in and they can get a great deal.
Yeah, so all the stuff we've got left over from last year, which we have a pretty good selection still, this is all 20% off. It's part of our Power to the People event, as we talked about. And there's still a lot left. There are some new things coming in too, so talking again about the new colors, the new designs. Even if it's maybe something you're not looking to buy, come and take a look at some of these really artful designs and colors.
Well, and you can do some great shopping, and especially as we're getting closer, the summer solstice has happened, that sun is going down earlier and earlier, our days are getting a little bit shorter, which means that us crazy people are now counting down to winter.
Yeah, and this is the time when you start thinking about, okay, hey, what was I missing last year? What was that piece of equipment that I didn't have, that I needed, that suddenly popped up on my list? Or maybe it's something that's just time to get replaced. It's something that's been old and something that you've used for a long time and it's gotten its use, and now it's time to replace it with something a little better, a little nicer, and typically a little lighter.
Or maybe you're one of those weirdos who has kind of seasonal depression midsummer because you want that snow so badly, and then you're like, how can I self-care through this? There's no better way to do so than buying yourself a new pair of skis and getting excited for the upcoming season.
Absolutely. Get yourself ready. Then when season comes around, the snow starts falling, you'll be ready to go day one.
Day one, and you guys have such a large selection. As I've walked through the women's section, of course, and then made my way into the men's, you guys have such a large variety and so many great deals right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have a huge amount of brands. Again, we talked about having a large selection, whether it's regular Alpine, whether it's even the touring stuff is on sale this year. The men's, the women's, some of the kids' stuff is, and then of course we can't forget about snowboarding.
Right.
There's a bunch of snowboards on sale too.
Which we just didn't place ourselves in front of the snowboards, so we'll just talk about those briefly. What brands do you carry for the snowboards, just because some people can see the ones directly behind us?
Yeah, so we carry, of course, Burton being the big one. Everybody knows about Burton, but we also have Capita, K2. We carry a couple Solomon boards here and there. I mean, some of the more colorful ones I love are from Solomon. They have some really awesome designs. And then a LibTech typically as well. Very few, but there'll be a couple in here and there as well. So again, enough to get you guys interested and have a selection and give you some variety of try to find something you're looking for.
And so this sale is going to be taking place for quite some time, so people can come and shop, and as we get closer and closer to the ski season, you're going to start to run out of all of this great dealed inventory.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a lot now, but of course the sale just started, so if the second it starts happening, people come in. We're going to, again, try to find you guys some deals, and that inventory is not going to get restocked. It's just what we have left over, so it's only going to get smaller from here on.
Which, in the inventory right now, what would you say is your favorite ski and why?
Well, we've talked about this before, but there's going to be a long time before something replaces the head core in my mind. That's just the number one ski, and it's going to take something extra special to replace that.
You know, that was my ski of choice all winter, and so for those people who are looking for some great advice on some solid skis to really make sure that they're increasing their ability level and they have that one ski quiver, maybe if it's something that they're just getting into, you guys are the experts in the space for them to come chat with you and find that perfect dream ski.
Yeah, exactly, and having a bigger selection means we can really go over and fine-tune what you're looking for. Is it that one ski, you just want the one that does a little bit of everything, or is you're somebody like me, and I'm sure like you, we got a couple different skis that do a couple different things, and there of course will be something for you here.
Right, you know, you have your like fat, soft ski for those fun powder days. You've got the ski that you can crush on those groomer days. And then you've got that head core that you can take out on any day, no matter the circumstances, and you're going to have a great time.
Absolutely, yeah. It just depends on what you're looking for, but there is a little bit of everything for everybody. You just got to figure out what you need, and we're here to help you find out exactly what that is.
And so how long exactly is this sale taking place so people can mark their calendars according and make sure that they can come in and shop at Sun and Ski Sports with you guys?
So, of course, we just started now, so come in, get a chance to come in early, grab those deals while there is a lot of variety and availability. But this is going to go all the way until pretty much the middle of October, and then winter will be here. So then we'll have some really good deals for the winter, start of the winter season.
I mean, that's the best thing I've heard all day, especially because people can shop on all of the great product that you have here at these great discounted rates until almost the start of the ski season again.
Yeah, and then again, we talked about you'll be ready for day one, and then day one will be there.
And so besides just the hard goods, what are some of the other great things that are in the Powder for the People sale right now?
So of course, this is the one everybody thinks of, is the skis, the snowboards. We want to get out in the equipment, the new boots. But of course, that's not the only thing you're going to need. You're going to need some apparel, whether it's the jackets, the pants, those mid layers, the base layers, hats and gloves. There's going to be something for everybody here, and there is a big selection right now in the apparel section, in the skis, in the hats and gloves section. Again, something that's only going to get smaller and smaller, so better to come in now while there's an availability for it, and there's a lot of chance to find something you'd like.
I think that the most important thing besides your ski boots when you're buying ski stuff is your base layers. I run really cold, and so I have found that the merino wool works the best for me in any capacity, whether I'm going skiing on one of those kind of hotter spring days where I know I'm going to sweat a little bit because it's so moisture wicking and so absorbent and it's antimicrobial. It does that job. But then on those colder days, it is so nice and so warm that it's going to help keep that heat in. And so base layers is one of those things that you want to buy now.
And something that gets overlooked all the time when people come in. It's like, oh, we'll buy the $600 jacket, we'll buy the $400 Patagonia mid layer, and then I'm going to buy the $20 base layer. And I'm just like, no. That's something that gets overlooked so much, and it is a big issue. And he's talked about having a really nice base layer makes a massive difference in terms of warmth. But for me, the other big thing is mine has bamboo in it, and it is ultra comfortable too. So on top of keeping me warm, no matter what the temperature is outside, it's also really soft.
And so for those people who are maybe just getting into the sports, or the people who are kind of experts in the space as well, because it's something that they have a devout passion for, like most of us here in the Valley, you guys are such experts to come in and maybe find something new. I didn't know that you could buy base layers with bamboo in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things you get to learn when you work in this place, or just come in and talk to us. It's one of those things we'll tell you about, and it's amazing. These little things that make massive differences. Bamboo, for me, was a life changer 2 years ago in terms of what that material does for you, how it feels on your skin, how it breathes, and talked about antimicrobial. It does all of that. It's thermoregulating. It's a really cool property. So it's one of those things you guys need to come in, come chat to us. We'll give you all these cool informations, all these little tips. And, even if you can't shop in store, there's always online as well.
And so if people are interested in shopping online, where should they go to do so?
sunandski.com. That's always the place, and it's always going to be there, and the deals are always there too.
Which makes it nice and convenient, and then you also don't have to worry about the hassle of returning. If you buy maybe a base layer for that growing kiddo at home and it doesn't fit upon arrival, you can just bring it back to the store.
Absolutely. Try it on at home. Doesn't fit, bring it right back. It's a very quick, simple, take about, I want to say 2 minutes at most to get the return process done. And even better, you may find something in store at the same time and swap it out, so you could be good to go.
And if people are interested in coming shopping here, where are you located and what are your store hours so they know when and where to come?
Yeah, come find us. Again, chat to us in store. We're here in Avon, right across from City Market. We're open 9 to 7 through Monday through Saturday, and then 9 to 6 on Sundays.
Alex, thank you so much for all this great information. This has gotten me really excited for ski season. I don't know about you, but now I feel like the countdown has to begin.
I know when you show up, I gotta start getting ready for ski season, so it's on. The clock has started to tick.
The clock has started to tick. If you need anything for the upcoming ski season, make sure that you come into Sun and Ski Sports. You run around, you see all of the great stuff that they have because it's such a large store with such a large variety. And then you get some great deals on some great ski products. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more Good Morning Vail. That's all the time that we have for this episode of The Scoreboard. If you have any story ideas that you would like to see us run, make sure that you email us at scoreboard@tv8vail.com, and we cannot wait to hear from you. As always, make sure that you check out our website, The Scoreboard Nation, for all of the past content that you may have missed. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and we'll see you right here next time on The Scoreboard.